Have you ever stopped and asked yourself, is this world I see the real world? Look around you, the buildings, the clothes, the faces, the phones, the noise, the news. Everything changes in every moment. Trends rise and fall. People come and go. Even your thoughts flicker and fade like shadows. And yet, there's something inside us that searches for more. Not just a different world, but a truer world. Over 2,000 years ago, Plato, one of the greatest minds in human history, asked this same question, and his answer changed philosophy forever. Plato believed that everything we see, hear, and touch is part of a world of appearances. It grows, withers, and dies. No tree is perfectly symmetrical. No tree lasts forever. But in your mind, you can imagine a perfect tree. The idea of a tree, that mental version, flawless, eternal, untouched by weather or time, that's what Plato called a form. Forms are the eternal blueprints behind everything that exists. They are perfect, unchanging. They don't exist in the physical world. They exist beyond it. Let's go deeper. You've seen dozens, maybe hundreds, of circles in your life, but none of them are perfect. Draw one right now, it'll wobble. Zoom in close enough, and even a printed circle is flawed. But the idea of a perfect circle? You know it. You can think it. You can recognize it when things come close. That perfect circle doesn't exist in space or time. It exists in a higher realm, the realm of forms. Plato believed that for every real thing we encounter, there is a perfect form behind it, the form of beauty, the form of justice, the form of goodness, the form of a human, the form of a tree, the form of a chair. Everything we see here on earth is an imperfect shadow of something more real, something beyond. This idea, this belief that there's a truer reality behind appearances, is at the heart of Plato's philosophy. And more than that, it's the key to transforming your life. Because when you understand the difference between appearance and reality, you stop being controlled by what seems true, and you begin to search for what is true. You stop chasing approval and start chasing authenticity. You stop accepting what society feeds you and start seeking what your soul longs for. That's what this journey is about. A journey from the world of appearances to the world of forms, from illusion to truth, from distraction to meaning, and it starts now. Now that we've stepped out of the world of appearances, let's look deeper into the world of forms. What exactly is a form? Think of a form as the pure essence of something, not a physical object, not a copy, not a version, but the original idea, the blueprint of what something is meant to be. It's like the perfect concept before it gets messy in the real world. Let's take an example. Imagine you're holding a chair. Now ask yourself, what makes it a chair? Is it the legs, the back, the material? Not really, because a beanbag, a throne, a stool, or even a tree stump can all function as chairs. So what unites them? It's not the shape or style, it's the form of a chair. Now ask yourself, what makes it a chair? Is it the legs, the back, the material? Not really, because a beanbag, a throne, a stool, or even a tree stump can all function as chairs. So what unites them? It's not the shape or style, it's the form of a chair. That invisible concept, the ideal function that says this object is meant for sitting. Every physical chair is just an imperfect attempt at that ideal. Plato says, the moment you recognize that something is a chair, you're actually comparing it, unconsciously, to the form of a chair. And this doesn't just apply to furniture, it applies to everything. Let's explore a few more. The form of beauty. We see a painting and say, that's beautiful. We hear music and feel beauty. We look at a person and sense beauty. But each of these things is different. So what are we recognizing? We're sensing a common form, a perfect idea of beauty that transcends culture, age, and time. That's why beauty can be found in different shapes, voices, colors, or styles, but still be felt in the same way. Because the form of beauty is eternal, and everything else is just a reflection of it. The form of justice. One society calls something justice. Another calls it punishment. One law punishes theft, another rewards it. But deep down, we all carry a feeling of true justice. Where does that come from? Plato says, from the form of justice, the perfect standard of fairness and virtue. Even if we've never seen it perfectly, we know it inside us. And the most important of all, the form of the good. This is the highest of all forms, the ultimate source, the sun that lights up all other truths. Everything we strive for, truth, beauty, love, purpose, comes from the form of the good. Without it, Plato says, we are lost in darkness. Just like without the sun, we can't see anything clearly. Without the form of the good, we can't understand what life is truly about. So here's the big idea. What you experience in your everyday life, people, objects, events, are copies. Some better than others, but none of them are the full truth. That truth lives in the world of forms, and your mind, your soul, is already connected to it. When you feel something is missing in your life, when you crave meaning, purpose, depth, you're not broken, you're being called back. Back to the forms, back to what is unchanging, eternal, perfect. This is not just ancient philosophy. This is the foundation of self-discovery. Because once you know that everything in this world is a shadow, you stop chasing shadows and you start chasing the light. And that light will take us to our next stop. Plato's most powerful metaphor, a story that explains exactly why we're trapped and how to escape. Imagine you're born in a dark cave. You've never seen the outside world. You're chained. You can't move. All you see are shadows on the wall, flickering, dancing, whispering. You grow up thinking, this is reality. The shadows are all you know. Then one day, someone breaks free. They crawl out of the cave, step by painful step, blinded by light, and finally, they see the truth, the sun, the real objects, not shadows, not illusions, reality. This is Plato's allegory of the cave. The cave is the world we live in. The shadows are our opinions, media, surface-level beliefs, and the outside world, that's the world of forms. Most people stay in the cave. It's familiar, it's comfortable. But philosophers, seekers, they break their chains. They endure the pain of unlearning. And they chase what is real. Plato warns us, if you go back to tell others what you saw, they might mock you, or even attack you, because truth is dangerous, but also liberating. What shadows are you chasing? 5 mins. Now let's turn the mirror toward ourselves. What shadows are you chasing? The perfect life on Instagram? Money without meaning? Validation from people you don't even respect? Temporary pleasure over lasting fulfillment? Ask yourself, what do I believe just because everyone else does? What do I avoid thinking about because the truth is uncomfortable? What do I pursue that never truly satisfies me? This is your personal cave, and the first step toward freedom is to see your own chains. Reflection isn't weakness, it's wisdom. And once you see the illusion, you can begin the climb towards something greater. So how do we leave the cave? How do we climb to the world of forms? Plato offers us a map, not through speed or ambition, but through the ascent of the mind. Step by step, physical observation, noticing beauty or truth in the world around you, emotional connection, recognizing deeper meanings in love, pain, and joy, intellectual reasoning, asking why, seeking causes, challenging beliefs, philosophical contemplation, turning inward, questioning your soul's desires, spiritual alignment, seeking the form of the good. This is not about religion, it's about truth. And truth begins with asking better questions. Start journaling, meditate, study wisdom, observe nature, speak less, reflect more. The world of forms isn't up in the sky, it's within your mind, waiting to be remembered. Part 6. The Ladder of Love, 7 Men's. Love is not just emotion, it's evolution. Plato describes a journey called the ladder of love. Physical attraction, desire based on appearance, appreciation of all physical beauty in art, bodies, nature, love of the soul, admiring character, kindness, intelligence, love of ideas, drawn to knowledge and growth, love of beauty itself, beyond any object or person, union with the form of beauty, pure, eternal, unchanging. Each step lifts you from selfish desire toward divine understanding. True love isn't possession, it's recognition of beauty that reflects a greater reality. So when you fall in love with someone's mind, when you admire a sunset or cry at a poem, you're not just feeling, you're ascending. Part 7. Ethics in the Good Life, 5 to 6 Minds. How do you know what's right? Is it what the law says? What your culture allows? What feels good in the moment? Plato says, no. Morality comes from the form of the good, the highest truth, the source of all virtue. To live a good life is not to follow rules, but to align with truth. And that truth doesn't change with opinion. You don't lie, not because you'll get caught, but because truth is more real than illusion. You don't help others for attention, but because goodness itself is beautiful. This is the philosopher's path, a life of courage, justice, self-discipline, and wisdom, not to impress others, but to reflect the eternal. Modern applications of Plato's theory, 6 Minds. How can we apply Plato today? In education, teach understanding, not memorization. In business, pursue value, not just profit. In relationships, seek the soul, not just the face. In culture, express beauty, not just trend. In politics, seek justice, not popularity. Plato's forms challenge us to think higher, to ask not just, does it work, but is it right? In a world of noise, speed, and surface, the theory of forms invites you to go deeper, to remember what is eternal. A life of courage, justice, self-discipline, and wisdom, not to impress others, but to reflect the eternal. Modern applications of Plato's theory, 6 Minds. How can we apply Plato today? In education, teach understanding, not memorization. In business, pursue value, not just profit. In relationships, seek the soul, not just the face. In culture, express beauty, not just trend. In politics, seek justice, not popularity. Plato's forms challenge us to think higher, to ask not just, does it work, but is it right? In a world of noise, speed, and surface, the theory of forms invites you to go deeper, to remember what is eternal. Part 9. Self-development through Plato. Self-development isn't just about habits and hustle. It's about becoming aligned with what is truly real. Plato's wisdom reminds us, you are not just a body, you are a soul, seeking truth. Practice philosophy, ask hard questions, seek meaning over comfort, study courage, then live it. Study justice, then act it. Study beauty, then create it. Let your life reflect the forms, not because it's easy, but because it's who you're meant to be. Part 10. Inner alignment, becoming like the forms. In the end, Plato doesn't just want you to understand the forms. He wants you to become like them, to live a life that is true, honest with yourself and others, beautiful, full of meaning, intention, and elegance, good, kind, courageous, and just. This is the rebirth of the mind, the moment you stop chasing illusions and start becoming your highest self. You don't have to be perfect, but you do have to seek, because the forms are waiting, and once you've seen their light, you can never go back to the cave. If this message spoke to you, subscribe to Mind Reborn. Here, we don't chase trends. We chase timeless truth. Leave a comment below. What form are you seeking in your life? And remember, your mind isn't broken. It's becoming. Let it be reborn.